Warning: this video contains images and audio some viewers may find disturbing, including acts of violence perpetrated by law enforcement against people and animals, mentions of sexual assault, and more. Viewer discretion is advised. In the early morning hours of May 7th, 2023, two Columbia, Missouri police officers could be seen tasing, macing, and beating a restrained man until his face was bloodied, in footage that was widely circulated on social media.
What's going on?
You don't understand what's going on?
I don't understand what's going on.
He's
Can you
drunk.
explain to me what's going on, please?
Put your hand behind your back! Put your hand behind your back!
You don't feel nothing.
Can you explain to me what's going on?
Put your hand behind your back! Put your hand behind your back!
Oh, he's punching him in the face. Oh my gosh, that's
Put your hand behind your back!
that is crazy for real. He's punching him. I got all that.
Even though Columbia Police Department has not identified the officers involved, photographs taken that night positively identify the officer punching the man in the face as Gardner Potorf. Gardner Potorf was involved in a fatal shooting in November of 2021, as him and Sergeant Schuster fatally shot Quaylen Jacobs as they chased him down an alley. He can be seen here standing idly by, doing nothing to help the man he just shot, as Sergeant Schuster yells commands at him.
This is Sergeant Schuster, Columbia Police Department. You are under arrest. I want to give you help. I cannot do that until you roll over.
You may be wondering why we didn't show the actual shooting incident there, and that's because, as the KOMU 8 investigation would later find out, neither Sergeant Schuster or Officer Gardner Potorf had followed CPD body cam policy during the shooting. When asked by a Missouri State Highway Patrol investigator why he shot Quaylen Jacobs, Gardner Potorf responded, "I honestly can't say that." Prosecutors ultimately declined to seek any charges against either officer involved. In fact, Officer Gardner Potorf would eventually go on to be named CPD's Rookie of the Year. Columbia Police Department's credibility issues don't start or stop with Gardner Potorf, though. Let's take a look at the history of another Columbia police officer, Sergeant Robert Fox. Fox was involved in the infamous 2010 Columbia Police Department SWAT raid, where officers shot two dogs before ultimately only recovering a small amount of marijuana. Robert Fox was one of the officers to shoot the dogs.
Columbia Police search warrant! Columbia Police search warrant! Columbia Police search warrant! Search warrant! Search warrant! Don't move! Okay. Don't move! Stand by!
Don't move.
Don't move!
Coming up. Don't move. Police search warrant. Don't move. Search warrant. Search warrant. Don't move. Search warrant. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move.
Let the dog scream for now! Let the dog scream for now!
Fox would later go on to be involved in a use of force incident alongside Officer Thomas Quintana, where the two of them would bloody one David Sobelman after claiming to see him with marijuana inside his pocket in the gas station. Neither officer had their body cams running during the incident until after Sobelman had been bloodied, and when security footage was recovered from the gas station, none of it had captured the incident, even though angles that would have captured that incident existed on footage from prior nights.
You're hurting me and shit.
What's up?
You guys are hurting me.
I'm what?
You're hurting me.
Okay, well just chill out, dude. I mean,
Why are you guys hurting me?
Because you're trying to get away when we're being
Why are
arrested.
you guys hurting me?
Well, that's the question.
You are hurting me.
hop up.
So,
Okay.
stand up.
Okay. You guys
All
are
right,
hurting
chill
me.
out, and we're gonna adjust these cuffs. You stop moving.
Relax.
Okay, you guys are hurting me.
Hey, you're tensing up. Relax.
You guys are hurting my face. My face is bleeding. Why did you knee me in the face?
I didn't knee you in the face. You
Yes,
landed
you
on the concrete.
did. You knee slammed my face in the concrete. You guys are hurting me. You guys are hurting me.
Then stop resisting.
I'm not. You guys are hurting my
Well,
face.
you were earlier, and this is the result of it.
Weeks later, Fox would arrest a relative of David Sobelman. The reason? Using sidewalk chalk downtown.
Hey, how you doing? What?
What's going on?
That's public property.
What's he being arrested for? What's he being arrested for?
They like coming over and arresting cop blockers.
But he doesn't realize that it's not destruction of property.
Right. You ready for a lawsuit, bud?
You better make sure.
Robert Fox would later go on to face disciplinary action for both revealing the criminal history of a minor in an internet comment section, as well as falsifying timesheets. Fox would later go on to be involved in a September 2018 incident that resulted in a federal civil rights lawsuit against Fox, Chief Jeff Jones, and 10 other Columbia, Missouri police officers. Footage related to the lawsuit has not yet been released, but I have seen it, and in it, Fox can be seen macing a man half his size completely unprovoked, as well as macing a dog. It really seems that this man has something against dogs. Jones can also be seen on the footage macing people and the dog, and in a related but separate investigation would go on to tell the mother of a sexual assault survivor that it's okay to beat your children. In fact, it's legal in Missouri so long as you don't leave marks. Let's take a look at some footage courtesy of Citizens for Justice from their documentary Police Protected Pimp, in which Jeff Jones explains that he's one of only 3 people that could have deleted footage that came up missing in an investigation into whether or not Columbia Police Department protected an alleged informant and known sex trafficker, Barry Manthe.
Is it possible to manually delete a tag video?
Not as an officer.
Who can do that?
I can.
Who else?
Deputy Chief Gordon.
Anybody else?
I believe Michelle Heater, our evidence custodian.
Thomas Quintana, who helped Robert Fox beat up David Sobelman, would go on to fatally shoot one Jordan Pruin in January of 2023, while Pruin was having a mental health episode. Of course, he faced no discipline. Now, following the May 7th use of force incident, Columbia Police Department has canceled 2 community meetings, giving the public no chance to voice their frustrations. Columbia Mayor Barbara Buffalo and City Manager DeCarlin Seawood tell us that they trust city management to take appropriate action once the investigation is complete. This is the same city management that has left us with a police department staffed by Gardner Potorf, Robert Fox, and Thomas Quintana, and headed by Jeff Jones. This city has a mounting credibility issue, and it centers around its police department. Something needs to change.